Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with another online multiplayer team. This time we're back with another themed team, and this is a really effective team.
Right. This is basically the Arkham Asylum pack team, and the star of it is going to be Arkham Origins Batman. And it was inspired a little bit by a comment that viewer Zolo had mentioned where...
Well, a bunch by, I think.
Yeah. So Arkham Origins Batman is a star with Tantu Totem, and loading him out with Cloak of Destiny and Batman's Cowl, well, he's going to be interesting because he's going to avoid specials, but also punish us for that. All right, so maybe getting back to Arkham Origins Batman, he's going to... We've actually geared him differently. Tantu Totem is the point, because he starts off with 2 bars, but we're going to give him special 2 boosts. So the mace for splash damage and special 2 boosts, and maybe drain if it's relevant. Normally they're knocked out anyway, so it doesn't matter. And another special 2 booster. So right now we've got Hard Darkness. I think actually in some ways Demon Blade would probably be better because it's special 2 boost and a crit chance. So he's going to do way more damage. And you saw Deathstroke. He's going to be just tagged out immediately. So we got to remember to block.
Yeah, and I think just before we get too far from it, we're gonna, obviously huge thank you to Zolo. I think what we're gonna do here is link, he actually has a video where he beats an epic battle in just over 5 minutes. We're gonna link that in the description and in cards here.
Minor correction, I think he does it in just under 5 minutes, but he spends a bit of time showing us the gear loadout.
That's true. So thank you to him, and if you want to see his take on the team, I think he has them geared a little differently.
Yeah, so the key part is Tantu Totem, right? But he's got Astro Harness and something else, I think Demon Blade. So, but I think Demon Blade is probably going to be a little bit more effective. And so the rationale for the team, Arkham Harley Quinn is there because, alright, so this is going to show you why this team is really good, because the Red Sun Green Lantern is the main problem where he doesn't take any crit damage.
Yeah.
And the reason why we've got Arkham Origins Batman, so this is why team order matters. We're protecting ourselves against facing a team with the Mother Box, so he doesn't get his power drained. We're tagging him in once so that he gets the 3rd bar of power, and so when we tag him back out, holding on to that 1st bar, so we don't use it. Let's say he doesn't knock somebody out, and he is... Yeah, I'm trying to soften him up a bit, but this is probably not that great. So you know what? Let's forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't respond quickly enough. I wonder if it's my device gets heated up a little bit too much. So we save this bar, and we tag him out. Deathstroke comes in, does his special 2, and now this is where you see the real benefit, right? Because Arkham Harley, so she's got health boost, but where she really shines is giving unblockable special 2 chance.
Oh, perfect.
For Arkham teammates.
Oh, not quite.
So, yeah, but, Silver, he's not really a danger.
Yeah.
So, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, if they block, one of the subsequent hits will be unblockable. And often it's enough to knock them out anyways, even if they don't. All right, so that's not bad, actually. Pretty balanced. And so, because of Tantu Totem, actually, I want to point this out, there's a shift. Traditionally, we focused a lot on a basic damage dealer because for the longest time, that was made way more important with the special dodgers.
It was also the most reliable, yeah.
Right. Now, with the Tantu Totem, we don't actually care about special dodgers.
Yeah, special dodgers are just a waste of time. They're not actually a waste of energy in either sense of the word.
So and the way to make it that way is you've got to fully commit. So when you've got somebody and you're confident that they're going to... avoid the special and that you're going to get your power back even before you see the power come back, you just got to hit your special again. And hopefully we'll see somebody with Astro Harness where we can demonstrate this. But this is sort of the ideal kind of fight where I think it's going to end up being a total of 6 seconds. 2 seconds you can't bypass because that's just the start. The the animation at the beginning where it says begin. And so the rest of the fight, I don't think you can really get much faster than that. I think it's possible with somebody who does a multi-hit special 2 that goes across a bunch of different people.
And I think it was even easier to get more consistently faster times with like when the game was older, right? Just different characters like Ares, I think.
Oh, you mean...
I think right around Ares and Batgirl in that whole combination for taking people out quick and just basically dealing their entire health with a single special.
Because it's one hit, right? Yeah, I think it's one hit.
That was basically the fastest. It was one hit, and then any 2 pieces of damage would kill them.
So I think in-game time takes a little bit longer when it's multi-hit like that, but I might be wrong. Oh wow, I like it when it slows them down and it's like the Matrix. Or there's another one like that.
Yeah, so that's, I think at this point, that's within a second or two as fast as you can get fights to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it almost feels like Deathstroke is superfluous. He's unnecessary, but yeah, I think we'll see it in some other fights where if Arkham Origins Batman does not knock them out, being able to tag in with Deathstroke, who's got both a potentially unblockable special 1 if you get 200%, which I have trouble doing,
and a potentially unblockable special 2.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten in the habit. So there's a mother box. That's what protects us against the mother box by having Arkham Origins Batman in slot 2.
Yeah.
Tag him in, third bar, special 2, knocks him out or doesn't. If he doesn't knock them out, tag back out, so that when he tags back in, he's got the automatic 2. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really it. Probably there's a more effective loadout for Harley Quinn, but she's not really that important in most fights. So, alright, so here's a good example. So we'll wait until we can tag out. There we go. And because he doesn't get his second bar...
Not quite.
Yeah.
200%, but doesn't matter.
Right now, when Batman tags in, we can do him again. Instead of... Because there's an unnecessary delay. If it happens that you get unlucky enough that the guy doesn't get knocked out...
Yeah.
If you don't have... Because we've got a combination of both a power gen boost and the or putting him in the second slot with Tantu Totem means that instead of leaving him in the first, doing 2 bars, and if it happens to not trigger the Tantu Totem,
we just have to fight for a
totally different strategy, right? Yeah, which I'm not a big fan of. So, I remember when Arkham Origins Batman. Oh, here's the cool thing: Arkham Knight Batgirl is not a danger to us because it's only for her Arkham teammates, and she has no Arkham teammates. Normally, she's the one I have to watch out for, and I don't look forward to fighting her because I have to be careful about making sure that she doesn't come in with a bar of power, and I don't care.
Don't matter to us.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that even if, all right, so how this works is Arkham team with Arkham Origins Batman is so good even against Injustice Superman, because let's say he blocks, which he didn't. But let's say he did, he would still take the damage. If he doesn't block, we get all our power back. If he does block, he takes the damage because we've got a block breaker. Mm-hmm. So it'd be kind of nice, actually, if we could see one with... So
Look at how easy that was.
Like butter.
Yeah.
And they're not all like that. I guess the difficulty with any of our team setups will be a crit immune team, like Red Sun Green Lantern. And I guess there's another potential if we face another team that has somebody dropping in with a lot of power.
Deathstroke.
Which does
happen.
Doesn't have. Yeah, not this team though.
Yeah, it happens on time to time.
And alright, so what's cool about having the mace is not only does it boost special 2, if the guy survives the special 2, they will have their power drained. And we do some splash damage to soften up the next person coming in. So that after the first one, we are just that much more likely to be able to knock them out with our special 2. Right? So look, so you look at his bars, he's got less. Oh, he didn't even need to do more than one hit. And here's the thing too. Alright, so Earth 2 Flash has a chance of stun, but because the animation for the special 2 takes a while to finish, we don't even worry about that.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. There's another 6-second fight. Mm-hmm. They're getting sick.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you sound like you could use a throat clear too.
That's true.
You and me both.
Yeah, this is not the studio that anybody wants to visit now. Although there was one guy in London that was thinking that he was going to drop by. He was going to be in the Toronto area. So, you know what? Because it was so quick, let's just do another 7-fight run.
Yeah, why not? Because that's, I think, one of the advantages. Like we're saying, I think this is the fastest, if not the best, grinding game right now.
I was tempted to make this not an Arkham Origins Batman, like an Arkham Asylum video, but make it like, this is the new best team for us. Because
we could always just try our hand at some creative titling.
Yeah, I just don't... To me, the best team is always the fastest team that can give you the maximum points. So basically, the fastest battle points for the time that you put in.
Yeah. Most battle points per minute in multiplayer.
Yeah.
there's a lot of other factors, but at the point we're at, energy recharge cards don't matter as much. We've got quite a stockpile.
Yeah, and this is the one thing too. If we're gonna, in my mind, if we're gonna be
Buy
spending
something?
money,
Yeah.
if we're gonna buy something in the game, I actually don't mind doing that. I get to control. It's more granular kind of control over how much we contribute to the devs, and it's something that's actually useful in the game.
Yeah, it's basically purchasing the ability to play more.
Yeah. All right. So if Raven was in first slot, I might be a little bit hesitant to just knock her out, but because she's in second, by the time we get to her, let's say she does a health swap with the Arkham Origins Batman. She'll be the second person taken out. Because here's the thing, most of his special 2 in the characters that we're facing don't get all the hits. Mm-hmm. It'll mean that the third person coming in is softened up, which is Wonder Woman. And yeah, so watch. We might knock her out, and if we don't, never mind. It was just going to be a point that we've got another huge offensive character in Arkham Origins Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And it's a great team because we even at 50 Elite 7, we're still starting off with 5,000 battle points, so we're getting maximum. Oh, we're facing our own team. Ooh. Well, no, not quite. Sorry, I got distracted by the star of the team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think when you get in the higher levels, that where you're maxing out the battle points, or if you were to elite them higher, yeah, Deathstroke would be a lot stronger, but you'd also be more likely to face other teams with a lot of power coming in.
Gotta wait.
Where it could be kind of dangerous. So this is the perfect example, right? Like, if you commit to doing the special 2 immediately, even before the bar appears, then you have a better chance of avoiding any kind of damage. So oh wow. Alright, so that's not bad. So we're just biding our time. The shield's gonna come down soon. Oh, never mind.
Yes, that works too.
Yeah, see, she's softened, so chances are we're gonna get another hit out of the special 2 onto Arkham Knight.
Yeah. Oh, power shield.
And because we see now, and this is where you see the advantage of having had the third bar coming in, right?
Yeah.
That when we tag out and back in, it doesn't cost us an extra slot to have another, like to have the Master's Death card. But we can come in as soon as we need to. We didn't waste time with Deathstroke because he was actually doing a bunch of damage. Blackest Night Martian Manhunter is a bit of an issue just because he's got the decreased damage for the first bit. So what I'd like to do is maybe kill a little bit of time with Deathstroke, not to do damage, but just get rid of his little blue aura.
Yeah.
And then, so it costs us a couple of seconds, but it means that we don't waste our 2 bars, because there's a chance when the damage is halved that we're not gonna be able to knock him out.
Yeah, and I mean, you've mentioned this before. A lot of the actual planning, a lot of the actual decisions for the gameplay almost happens before you start the round, and then after that you're a little bit on autopilot.
Right, so I just gotta remember what I'm planning on doing. Oh, see, and even that wasn't enough.
Yeah, so it's useful to remind yourself that before you start a match, that's what you're probably gonna do.
Oh, you know what? It's like baseball when there's a shortstop telling you, all right, so the ball is hit towards you. This is which base you got to throw to. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't plan ahead, it's very easy to get distracted where you start thinking before you've even picked up the ball, and that's when errors happen, right?
Yeah.
And see, she's frozen us, and I just don't even.
Don't pay no never mind.
Don't even mind. And I guess you could make the argument that this team is a little bit boring, but I think there's always a place for a team that where you can grind
and only pay like half attention.
Yeah, and I guess the flip side is if you want to make it harder, and if I hear a complaint that it's too easy now, then you know what, you don't have to play it like this. You can actually make it hard for yourself by just adjusting your gear. Yeah.
Yeah, easy. That's the cool thing. You're not getting as much of a variety in the enemies that you're facing, but you're still getting some.
Yes. Oh, and the benefit of doing a loadout in a strategy like this is where each person you're finishing with a special, the animation for specials usually end late enough that somebody tagging with Master's Death card doesn't get the benefit of the power from all those little hits when they tag in.
Yeah.
So Killer Frost, I think, had Master's Death card, is unlikely to actually get the benefit if we're going to be mid-special. The problem is we might not be because this is Astro Harness, so there's a good chance that we won't be able to finish her off.
Come on. Nope.
So she's going to be our sacrificial lamb, because if somebody's going to get knocked out, we'd rather it was somebody who actually had some offensive potential.
Yeah, who doesn't matter the same way.
So maybe you'll freeze us. Maybe you won't.
Oh.
Now I'm a lot less reluctant to drop him in because I know that at least for the timing, I can usually get a special in relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Before they do anything, because if I get the advantage if I'm tagging in. Ooh. So this is definitely an interesting team. It was a bit harder than it needs to be. It's always the Astro Harness, right? The Astro Harness is what actually takes longer. So the main benefit of playing a lower level team is to be less likely to face the Astro Harness, but then you run the risk of not getting enough battle points for a lower level team.
I think on a defensive team you pretty much need the Astro Harness.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many team loadouts that'll provide specific issue if you've planned for them. I think Astro Harness is the one thing that can kind of just throw monkey wrenches into plans more generally.
So here's the thing too. I mean, if we wanted to make this a defensive team, we could probably throw Astro Harness on Harley Quinn. Like make her a tank instead of like a healer, because it doesn't feel like her
because she
specials
can't,
are actually
especially because she can't plan around healing the same way.
Yeah.
I think the main issue is that you don't get that consistency of special too with Batman. So the kind of a lot of the core strategy when you're playing it doesn't translate as well to having them on your offline team, having them on your defensive team. Yeah.
Some people might be wondering why I still bother when I know he's immune. It's that there's a small chance that his shield will come down when I'm in the middle of at the tail end of the special, but also I don't want to get into the habit like we were talking about before in terms of just thinking ahead of what you're doing. I hate getting in the habit of not maxing out on a special so that when it actually matters and I accidentally don't, that's kind of nasty.
Yeah, also it's just something to do. It kind of occupies your hands.
And I think waiting for the special to finish on its own without actually maxing out takes longer. Like when you hit 200, it just automatically ends for the tap one. Like the circle tap.
This ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, I don't have the extra bar on... Oh, there we go. There we got bar. So now he's done.
You're done now.
It feels like I broke his arm. He's reaching his arm out to me just as I'm headbutting him.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really have anything bad to say about this team. It's pretty spectacular. All right, so this is a fight we had a little bit of difficulty with because of the Astro Harness.
37 seconds. Still not long. Still quick. And this is... We're already up to the 7th fight, second time around.
And it's been less than 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're somewhere around like 17 minutes, something like that, which is pretty... It's decent. For the bonus
yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I don't know that there's... I mean, this is even better than the Flashpoint team at Elite 5.
Yeah. Yeah, no complaints here. It's definitely a good team. We appreciate this. See, this is why we appreciate interesting suggestions. For sure.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be exactly, right? The kernel of it was, making Arkham Origins Batman your special specialist. We're not going to follow the rest of the gear load slavishly unless there's a reason that we think it's really good. But it's fun stunning everybody, right? It's actually 60% chance of stun is pretty high.
Yeah, for sure.
But that extra power is kind of wasted. So whenever I feel like really excessively boosting a special, I feel like that I need to do a little bit of splash damage.
And there we go. Just like that, it's done.
Yep.
That is 2 ultimate ladders back to back in not very long at all.
Yep.
So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.